Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG & Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What up? Good evening, good morning, or wherever you are. You feeling that, B?
I'm feeling it.
You feeling that,
I'm
B?
feeling
Listen,
it.
you are tuned in to G is for Gents here at the Sphere Studios. Listen, before we get to the full introductions, we got to handle some business, B.
All right, what's good?
We got to toast and cheers to our general manager, the network owner, Gary Lee, man.
Yeah,
we are in the brand new Sphere Studios, man, here, and I'm excited.
It feels amazing. It looks amazing. That's because it is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. What'd you say? You said we feel like we where? You just said
I feel like we are downtown
Yeah.
in LA somewhere, just with a view looking over the city, man, just about to make it happen, man.
So
Gary,
listen,
Gary is a visionary.
He's a visionary,
A visionaire. That's what I like to say. He's a visionaire.
There it
You
is.
know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it, man. You know, and so again, my name is Kayla Laws.
Yes,
You
sir.
can follow me at Senior Wapo 713 on all social media outlets. That's SENORGUAPO 713. Got my brother from another style, mother B Mont. What up, man?
Hey, this is your boy, Real B Mont, Brandon Montgomery. You already know what time it is. Just glad you were able to tune in and turn up for another episode from G's to Gents. You can find me on Instagram at RealBMONT. Man, and I'm excited today because we have an amazing guest with us that you brought here today, Brother Kalen, and another style connoisseur, if you will.
You like the gas?
And school is now in session because he
You like the
came
gas?
to teach. He came to teach.
my God.
And we are in our desk. And Brother Kalen, if you could go ahead and so eloquently.
Okay, want me to eloquently do it. Okay, let me you gonna no pressure. So, you know, here it is for gentlemen. We like to focus on gentlemanly culture.
Yes, sir.
Using style as a thread to weave in elements like chivalry, right? Like business, community, cigars, art, music.
Take that.
Well,
Take
guess what? We got a big piece of that thread in the building today, right? A brother by the name of Andre Dorian, better known as Dorian to the H-Town community.
Yes, sir.
Brother Andre, what's up, man? How are you?
Man, pressure bust a pipe, man.
Yeah.
I am glad to be here with you fly cats. Yeah, government name Andre Dorian, a.k.a. Dorian, a.k.a. Monogram ADR, a.k.a. Black Prestige.
Yes, sir.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Black Prestige, all lowercase, one word. I'm happy to be here.
Man, so let's just dive in, man. Let me jump in. Why Black Prestige?
Yeah.
I love the name. Like when we first met,
the name speaks for itself.
yeah, man. When we first met, you know, one of them events we was at, I don't know what event we were at, but when we first met, man, and you gave me your gram, I said, "Yo, that's live." Give me the story, Doc. Give me the story,
Look,
baby.
listen, the story behind my name, well, social is funny how now when you see people from social media world,
Yeah.
you don't even call them their name.
Yeah,
It's
right.
you're
Yeah,
calling them by
so-and-so.
their alias, right? So once upon a time, I guess when the gram was becoming the gram, when it was Instagram, somebody told me to get on. I'm like, well, okay. And this is before I really tapped into purpose and passion and all that. I was like, well, I'm black, pause, and prestige is such a phenomenal word. So let's put it together, and you know, it's part of my persona now. So I love it. I love it. I think I'm numb to it now, but when people that I've never met and I meet them and they tell me, they're like, oh, that's dope, bro. Like, I don't even know what that is, but
well, I mean,
I don't even know what you represent.
But not only is the name dope, but then
you, man.
When you see some of the things that you post and the type of style that you have, it definitely fits the style that you carry, the prestige that when you hear the word prestige or something that's prestigious, and then you throw the word black in front of it.
Come on, man.
I feel like you're doing us brothers a service when you go in there and see how you put things together, my brother.
Man, I listen. Hypothetically, if this wasn't, I might bust a tear. Like, cause I'm very flattered, man. Like, I know cats that I've had several conversations this week, but some cats that's kind of got a following, italicized, or they're in the industry. I think when they've hit licks of success, they become Hollywood in it, and they don't appreciate when especially us, you know, fellow colleagues can genuinely give compliments,
man,
and really take it to heart. So, thank you, man. I'm
very honor where honor is due, my brother.
You know what I mean?
That's Bible.
And you talked about the industry, man. And you talked about so what has been your journey into style? Like, how did you get here?
Listen, the road less traveled, man. I've always, no cliche, I've always literally loved clothes. My mom's a nurse. My dad was just straight up, he grind, provided for the family. So when I was in school once upon a time, when I thought I was going, I thought I was going for nursing because I saw the dollar sign with what? Anesthesiologist, $100. Okay, I'm falling asleep in sociology. I'm in prereqs, you know what I mean? But I kind of faded out of that. I tried to go to the Art Institute. I didn't.
It wasn't for you.
We could talk about that another day. But I felt like the money you're paying for that name that's really what you're paying for, and the education really doesn't go with it. That is my opinion. I know great people that have graduated and moved on and are doing phenomenal, as well as, you know, Billy Reed went there, if you're familiar with his brand.
Come on.
Gentleman based out of Alabama.
Let's go, Alabama.
Yeah. So
that's where he from. That's
okay.
where from.
Salute. Born and bred.
Salute. Southern man, for real. But yeah, so, you know, I work for Ralph. I'm part of the Ralph Lauren alumni, which that kind of shot me, you know, shot my trajectory to where things that were in me literally erupted that I didn't know was in me. So, you know, everything is a season. So, you know, it's good. It's good.
You know, we were talking when we met the other day that Ralph, your experience at Ralph. When we say Ralph, we talk about the Ralph Lauren. Listen,
yes, sir.
Let's pause.
He's
my favorite. I mean, he's no longer
one.
Designing, obviously, but he is my favorite designer. That is to me, that's the quintessential American brand.
He is the epitome of, or comparison, should I say, in the fashion world when you say Michael Jordan.
Absolutely.
Like, everybody after Mike, they always give reverence
to Mike
because he's the one. Same thing with Ralph.
At least,
I would almost say in world fashion. I mean, I know that's kind of taboo,
yeah,
but I mean, he's an American.
And you know, it's interesting because the fashion world doesn't give Americans, especially those European cats, they don't give us the honor and the just due, you know, that we deserve. But Ralph, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so let me ask you this then, since, you know, because again, paying homage to the ones that led the way. And also, Ralph is a large influencer, like you guys were just saying. So I guess as it relates to you, what is your personal, I guess, aesthetic? What is your personal? What guides you along the way?
That's a great question, B-Mont. Pre me even working for Ralph, I was always in love with him, his brand, his aesthetic. But my personal aesthetic, definitely Americana prep, but Italian cut.
That's good.
You know, it's a lot of cats I'm in love with, and they're not even, I mean, that's all relative too, but not even really famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cat out of New York. He's originally from Texas, Dallas. Effie Castleberry, dope. I mean, style is crazy. This guy Angel Ramos, aka Angel Bespoke, New
Angel.
York.
Yes, that's come on, man.
Come on. I mean,
AB kills it, man.
oh, does he?
AB kills it, bro.
Cat from I don't know where he is. Dan Trebonair, Articles of Style guy. You know, I mean, all these cats are. I mean, watching them from where they started to where they are now and continuing to go. I mean, they killing it. But ironically, it's still what I just described. So, I mean, I guess if you had to put it leaning towards something you could see mentally, it would be them. I mean, Ralph at the Pentagon.
So something collectively, but also with your own flair.
Absolutely.
That's
absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's dive in real quick. I need to hear from we need to hear from the expert, right?
Okay.
And that just in case you guys didn't know, the expert is the brother
right
to my left, the
Oh,
other bald headed
man.
guy with the beard. Pause before we say that. Before we go to
Don't
the question.
do it.
No. Look, I gotta give honor, bro. I'm not even trying to, no gas, bro. This is some Tesla
Bro,
stuff. No
go
gas.
to Exxon, homie.
No gas,
Got
bro.
mine. Where
I'm
you
saying.
going?
It's
It's all electric in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
It's all
listen,
electric.
Tesla, okay?
Yeah, but
Plug it
seriously, I
up.
told you it's two cats in the city whose beards that I'm jealous of.
Thank you, Kalen. Thank you. Before you go there, just thank you. All right, now you continue.
No, I wouldn't talk about you.
Sorry. I
You know,
apologize.
that's our boy Alan O'Neill. Shout out to Alan Wanderlust, man.
Wanderlust.
Love the new collection is nice. The new pieces, rather, not full collection, but the new pieces are really like. I love what he's doing with streetwear.
I was about to say, I literally don't wear streetwear,
Yeah.
but it's nasty.
It's nasty.
It can be nasty even if I don't like his aesthetic.
Yeah, his aesthetic. Is
He
second to
tapped
none.
into something.
He
man.
has. He had. And your beard, bro. Like I'm not gonna front, bro. You don't even remember the first time we met,
Just
son.
accept it, Dorian. Just accept
I do. It was at Starbucks
No,
on the Okie.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't Starbucks. Nah, fam. It was
Okay.
at Ocean Air.
Oh man.
It was at Ocean Air when it first opened. You had you a thing with you too.
Oh, whoa.
Come on, what kind of show is this?
On to the next
Years
question.
ago.
B, please.
Yo, so,
Is it time to talk about?
Dorian,
What is my?
Why don't
Yeah,
you
get me off the
tell
screen,
me-
brother? What are you doing?
outside of things, why don't you tell me,
Man.
speaking of things, 5 things that a gentleman should not live without?
Ooh. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful timepiece. Dark suit. Great denim. Selvage preferably. 1, 2, 3. Sport coat, navy.
That's good.
And a immaculate crisp white button down.
Come on, icy white.
I love everything you
Icy
just said.
white.
Double barrel cuff.
I love
yeah.
everything you just said.
Yeah. Double
Everything.
barrel.
You know, everything he said was so dope. In fact, this portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company.
Segue.
Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. And use coupon code DOPE with an exclamation mark for 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling fast. You know, we talked about those 5 things that you want, Dorian, that you believe a gentleman should have. But let's back up. Define gentleman for us.
Yeah.
A gentleman is somebody, a man. When you send me the questions, when I read that one, I immediately went to, and I wish I would have researched the exact year, but basically the 1800s. I mean, a gentleman is no more than what they used to call a dandy.
Come on, man.
A man about town. He knows how to move in the room. He knows his city's or town's officials. Not that in a what they can do for him, but he just knows them. He knows what to do. He knows chivalry. He knows his cutlery on the table. You know what to do in any situation.
Yeah. And if
Any.
you don't, you figure it out.
And if you don't, you make it look like you know
Yeah.
what
Fake
you
it till
don't
you
know.
make it.
Which I literally say, fake
Right.
it till you make
Absolutely,
That's
man.
great.
Absolutely. So lastly, before we switch segments, Talk about some benefits that you've received for being a man, for being a dandy, brother, a man of style and culture.
Man, being completely honest, completely frank, you get access. And you could take that high from a woman's from a woman's standpoint, from people paying for your tab and you don't, well, they already left, or it's on me, or come sit with us.
Yeah.
Can you do a meeting next week? Like it's crazy. It's something that exudes from being who you are, and it's definitely perks to it.
Listen, man, we want to give a shout out to all of our Facebook family and friends. My baby mama. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Oh, wait. Yo,
I
baby.
hate you, bro. I hate you.
Sis.
But Frat, what up, Patrick? Man, there's actually a good, before we go to our next ad, there's actually a really good question on there right now, Dorian. And I want to get your opinion, man. And B, you give, what are some good colognes to use formally and casually? Ooh. You know, we just had this conversation about fragrance last week, man. Yeah, so give me your top daytime.
And I'm gonna see if he's gonna say the one I'm gonna say.
And then your top nighttime fragrance. What you on right now? Because fragrance, it kind of depends on your mood sometimes.
And you know what? I don't go by fragrance, perfume rules.
Yeah.
If that's what I'm in love with,
I don't either.
I don't
care
about
in the
morning.
Yeah, I don't either. But
it could be, but
the top two then.
Ooh, got it.
Right now.
A poem, APOM.
I don't even know what that. Wait, hold on. I got to write that one down.
You should.
Right.
It's called.
I would have been like Apum.
Right.
A poem. A poem. Excuse me. It's by Mason Francis Kirkjean.
Okay.
They only sell it in Neiman's, and it only comes in one size. But I can't even. Y'all need to smell it.
Okay.
A poem. And then. It's honestly one of mine, but he's in that lane right now. It's a Tom Ford fragrance.
Oh, don't say what I'm about to say. Don't say it.
I actually just got on a new one. It's in the private blend, and it's called Noir de Noir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show's over.
You were just talking about it.
To my head, and thank you, man. You
man.
done a great show today. And,
yeah, man, it was a pleasure meeting you. You're taller than what I thought. I guess because you were sitting down every time I've seen you.
We can go home now because this brother.
What's your second one? Your first one is Tom Ford apart. What? I don't even know what's it called.
The first one is a poem.
A poem, and then the second one, apart. Tom Ford Noir.
Tom Ford Noir.
Noir.
Listen, my wife bought that for me a while ago.
Yeah, you fell in love.
Daytime, nighttime, anytime is the right time with Tom Ford. You understand what I'm saying?
It really is.
Hey, let me go ahead and get that ad, Tom. Go ahead and send it this way.
Yeah.
Yes. And we want to take this time to appreciate our Facebook Live folks. And we ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. And do not forget to donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know by now, here at The Sphere as well as G's the Gents, man, it's all about providing creative content that will help you take steps to becoming whoever it is, whatever it is you're trying to do. So today, man, something very important that we kind of want to help everyone with is something as if I like to call a starter kit on becoming a gentleman.
Yeah,
right?
that's perfect, man.
Starter kit to becoming a gentleman. A lot of times you hear the word gentleman and you hear shows like this or you hear people talking about style. Now, I'm pretty much here for comedic relief, but when you have somebody like Senor Wapo or Black Prestige, you understand, you learn a lot. And sometimes it can be intimidating hearing their vast knowledge of style and what they're talking about and all these different things. So today, we want to give you 5 easy steps on how to become a gentleman. All right, 5 easy steps on how to become a gentleman. And Dorian, you can help us with this first one. Okay. Number 1, and you can tell us what this means to you, is keeping it classy. Basically, you said something earlier, but a gentleman always wears suits, period. Always wears suits. So your go-to suit Like if you know this is just what I'm gonna wear, what is that for you? What does that look like for you? I know on any given day it could be something different, but like just your go-to. What is that? Dark black suit, navy suit, gray suit. What is that?
I would say never black because that's for funerals and weddings, and that's almost the same thing.
Oh my God, really?
We have
a cynic in the building, yeah.
But listen, let me plug
That was
my
good.
blog real quick. Office discussions. But no, in a figuratively, I mean, because funerals you're literally dying. Weddings you're dying to yourself.
There it is. Come on, son.
Yeah, yeah. And I know both of you gentlemen are on that I do blast.
Oh, my tombstones.
I
Haven't.
I haven't.
Tombstone.
I have not. But yeah, it would never be black, to answer you, B-Mont. Ironically, I don't have a solid navy suit. I actually just got one, but it got to get chopped up. But peak lapel, be the striped herringbone suit I have. You can put it super quote unquote conservative, or you can throw a chambray on it, put some slippers, or just a regular brogue.
Yeah.
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 You know, and the thing about keeping it classy and for journalistic integrity, we actually got this list. I actually got this list from Gentleman's Zone. It's a brand new blog. They've been around like a year and a half. You might want to check them out, man. Really, really dope. It's kind of in the vein of outer manliness, but way less information. It's to the point. You know, outer manliness, they like to give you a scroll. Yeah, God,
Yeah.
you know, but it's a dope one, man. And you know, like B said, gents always wear suits. It's not that you wear a suit every day.
Yeah.
But it's that you have them and you know when to wear them and how to wear them.
And to kind of to Dorian's point earlier, he said something, and everybody can attest to this. It's just something about when you do wear a suit. Yeah, man. He said the word access, and people look at you differently when you wear a suit. People treat you differently when you wear a suit.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, when you're going out with for us, our wives, or during maybe a nice, you know, young significant other, you know, a lot of times we like to be casual. We like to be, hey man, sometimes switch it up. Throw a suit on for no reason.
Yeah.
Just to let your lady know how important she is in your life.
Yeah,
Man. So,
absolutely, man. It's really, really like the crux of a gentleman's wardrobe. The quintessential piece is a suit, period.
Phenomenal word to use. Yeah.
You know, it is a suit. You
Crux?
have to.
Just kidding.
I hate this
Quintessential.
guy. You have to have what it. And if you're smart and when you're building a wardrobe, which is something we talk about quite significantly, Dorian, when you're building a wardrobe, you must start with the navy and then the gray suit.
Listen, and Brother Dorian just made a perfect point. He has a suit that he refuses to wear right now because it is not chopped up. In other words,
come on,
focus on fit. Ladies and gentlemen, don't just buy a suit and wear it just to say I have a suit on. Make sure you have a suit that has you on.
Come on. Come on,
that.
one liner. That was all right. That was all right.
I just thought of that, by the way.
Yeah, good job. Off the cuff.
Right off
Number
the
two,
dome.
you know, learn how to be casual yet stylish.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys think they have the suit game down, the shirt and the tie. They'll even put on a bow tie, even if they're fancy and they're about that life. They'll do an ascot or a caravat. You know what I mean? You know, they'll go that route. But then when it's time to dress down, you're like, whoa, you a whole nother guy. Why are your ankles ashy and you got on these, you know, these N1 hooping shorts with a holy wife beater, and you going to the movies like.
Right.
Now, I mean, you know, when you go to the movies, now you don't want to be three piece down, right? But put on a nice pair of chinos, roll them up at the ankle, put on some flip flops or some moccasins, or even some J's if you know what you're doing, a V-neck and a nice denim jacket, and you in there like swimwear, baby. Keep it classy.
Yeah.
While going casual, you know what I mean?
Or some slippers. I'm a slipper fiend.
Come on, you got to see the feet right now.
No, we need
knock it off.
Come
Don't
on.
start.
Why don't y'all just go ahead and put y'all feet on the table?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
But that's the thing about. I believe that's the thing about the casual side of dress is that when you know your style, then you know how to, within scale and moderation, and moderation, know what to do.
Talk about what you mean when you say within scale.
Like not too over the top. Like just too much or too less.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you don't
right.
need to have 4 pocket squares in your.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen some people have like 2 or 3.
and 4 lapel pins,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
six shambalas.
You got a wrist. You got your timepiece, and then whatever other side is not on that has
Yeah.
the timepiece. You got like 30 bracelets, which anyway, yeah, like come on. Or you doing the sport coat with the T, vintage John Legend swag.
Right.
But the V neck is like you got the deep
it's a
Miami
capital
Vice.
V.
Or your
Yeah.
button up stops at your belly button.
Like come
Yeah.
on, Rico.
Yeah.
Right. Suave.
Come on, man.
Yeah. You know, number 3,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Learn how to do a personal touch.
Well, he said that when you know your style, you know, a personal touch, man. So I feel like, you know, that speaks for itself. Speaking of speaking for itself, do you need somebody to speak for you?
Come on, segue.
This portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. Now, we offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every single time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to us at advertise@thesphere.tv and let us speak for you.
Come on, man. Close that thing out. And so, to get back to the list, though, number 4, I think is something that I personally might be my favorite in this list. And that's to learn a new skill.
Yeah, Doc.
Like, it's one thing to
good.
be a guy that's really, really fly, a guy that's really, really sharp and understands clothes and cuts and the different nuances and details, when to wear a cuff, how big the cuff should be, knows that it should be 1/4 of an inch of your shirt coming up out. You know what I'm saying? Like, from your jacket, 1/4 inch to 1/2 an inch, knows the proper way to tie a tie, and knows the 3 proper folds for a pocket square. You know, just really knows their stuff, but then that's all they know. You know, it's incumbent upon us as gentlemen to continue to grow, to continue to strive for new things, and to learn a new culturally savvy skill. And the one that I want to suggest, and I know all of us here, we subscribe to this and subscribe to this kind of this thing, is mixology, man. And when I say mixology, I don't mean just learn it. Mixology is the art of making drinks. I'm not saying a rum and coke. Right. Rum and cokes are great. Get you a nice rum. I'm not saying Hennessy and Sprite. That's a well drink. I'm talking about mixology. Learn how to make a Manhattan, right? Learn how to make a
Negroni.
A Negroni, right? Learn how to properly make a martini
Or a chartreuse evergreen.
You made that up.
Yeah, I did.
I went with it like that sounded like something I might have had.
Right.
I said, ooh, in my mind, goddamn.
I hate you, dog.
You gotta bleep.
I'm here all week, folks.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
like
here
a fly
all
drink.
You gotta bleep me out.
But in all seriousness, though,
Chartreuse
that was terrible.
Shoulda,
that sounds
shoulda.
spicy.
Shoulda.
But
Is that dark or light? What is
It
that?
sound
I don't know what
deadly.
it is. Deadly,
Like
right.
have 3 and you're done.
Oh,
You know,
man.
but
And please
in
be
all
with a
serious-
woman when
But
you
in all
drink it.
seriousness, you're dumb, B. You want to learn a new skill. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn.
Oh man, that was great.
You know, you and I, we're both into cigars, right? You don't want to just go smoke a cigar because you're smoking a cigar. You want to learn what the blend is and where the tobacco leaves come from and the different wrappings. You want to understand the different notes of a cigar. Does it start off peppery and does it end with a mint, or chocolate? You really want to dive into sort of something new. Would you agree?
I definitely agree. I think the potency you have with talking about cigars, I've been on wine like that a long time. The different glasses, not to hold it on the base, but on the stem.
bell. Yeah. Because you don't want to warm. You don't want to warm the glass up.
Yeah. You're changing.
Or how
the
to even
temp,
properly pour the wine. People don't know that the divot in at the bottom of the wine is
Break
so you
it.
can put your thumb in it and hold it correctly and pour it out. Because if you get a chilled wine and you put your hand around it, your body heat will change the notes within 25 seconds.
Use a decanter.
Use a decanter that properly fumigates and aerates the
you
wine.
guys are just showing out now.
But you know what though? Like on a serious note, a lot of cats think they about that life.
Oh yeah, especially when they get around the females or some of their friends.
I mean, I'm not even gonna say that analogy, but you're crashing and burning.
Yeah, you're not even faking it till you make it.
You just know. Like your impromptu-ness is a massacre, you know? And yeah, a lot of guys, they just got the look don't even really be there all the way for you to be trying to do the other levels that come with what we're speaking on.
Right.
Which, anyway, I don't want to. I've had several conversations.
Yeah, I mean, well,
this week
and that's why, as gentlemen, you know, it's for those that are willing to listen to somebody else, kind of put them on game. It's our job, and that's why we do these shows and we say the things that we say. But also, even when we're out and about, you know, it's been several times where Kaylin and I have been places and we've seen people doing certain things. It's like, hey man, you know, let me make a suggestion, because a lot of times we didn't. There was a point in time in our lives where we didn't know, you know, and we figured we were just doing it, whatever. So, as gentlemen, it's important for us to kind of lead others along the way if they're willing to be receptive or open to whatever it is that you have to say. But make sure if you see somebody kind of, you know, messing it up or fumbling, especially when they're out with their lady or something, kind of pull them to the side and let them know, from gentleman to gentleman, hey man, next time if you want to, you know, add a little extra flair, if you want to make it seem whatever, do this, or I would suggest this, and that way we're helping each other look good, you know, because somebody helped us along the way.
Yeah, indeed.
It brings us to our last point. Professional conduct. Maintain gentlemanly conduct at all times, and that can be in so many different areas. Relationships, career, style, or just the ability to be able to be receptive to somebody that may know a little bit more in certain areas than you.
That's good, man.
Because a lot of times
that's really good.
We as men, you know, it's our job. You know, a lot of us, people don't understand. A lot of us fake it till we make it. There is no handbook on how to be the perfect husband, how to be the perfect father, how to be just a black man in America trying to make his stamp and his imprint, to leave a blueprint for the next generation. You understand what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, if you maintain gentlemanly conduct and understand that because you've done something a certain way and it's worked for you, that might not be the case for anyone and everyone else, always understanding that there's another side to the story, and you bring a certain level of uniqueness to the table because of who you are and who you were created to be, but also celebrating that uniqueness in someone else. And being able to not only make resolutions for yourself as far as what you want to change and what you want to bring to the table, but also being able to solve resolutions. And being that guy that, you know what, people don't feel a certain way about telling something or coming to with a change or something that may need to be different, because you're able and you're willing and you're receptive to learn and to grow and be a gentleman at all times, regardless of it's something you agree with or disagree with. You know, be the change that you want to see as a gentleman.
Yeah, you know, I would totally agree. That professional conduct thing is powerful and is necessary, right? It's a must in that, especially, you know, as a black man in America. Yeah, come on, man. You know, we actually what I try to get our little brothers and my students, your students, all of our little brothers that we come in contact to understand is that we literally represent the whole race. It's unfortunate and it's unfair, but we represent the whole race when we walk out, right? We represent black to the masses, to the majority, right? We represent black folks. We don't represent just you, or that was just a singular guy. It's, man, there go those black guys again. You know, black people all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so when you keep this professionalism, and professionalism doesn't mean stoic, and it doesn't mean stuffy. It doesn't mean that you can't have a good time, but it means that you are calculated in when and where you do what, right? Each and every time that you go about doing it, like you want to be professional in how you dress. You want to be professional in how you treat your lady. You want to be professional in how you manage your money, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's honestly a great point. Speaking of being professional in how you manage your money, ladies and gentlemen, this portion of the show is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33%. Now, that's more than 77 million Americans. 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults said they don't have enough savings. Please, as a gentleman, do not become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal finance strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
Listen, get your money right. Be professional.
Get your money
That's
right.
a perfect way to be a gentleman, is get your money right. And getting your money right doesn't necessarily mean you have to make, a whole buttload of money. Like,
man.
obviously you want to, but if you can learn how to manage your money, live within your means, if you can learn how to be a gentleman regarding your finances, like, what else can you ask for?
Some people aren't ready to make a lot of money
Right.
because they don't know how to manage the money that they have now.
You understand? And so, contacting and connecting with folks that will allow you to do that, I think is gentlemanly in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So let's talk style a little bit more, right? Let's talk about this thing I like to call the foot bod, the foot BOD. That's Brogues, Oxfords, and Derbies. That shoe game, brother. Trying to figure out, Dorian and Brandon, what the right shoe is for what occasion and what purpose. And I think before you can figure that out,
Good topic.
before you can figure that out, thank you, Brandon, you want to know what the shoes are, right? And so Brogues and Oxfords are often confused, what they really are. And I know you know this quite, Dorian, but that's really a simple distinction, right? Brogues are Oxfords. It's just that simple, but they just happen to have designs on the toe cap or on the upper or on the vamp, right? It just have the little preparations, the little details that you see, and that's what a brogue is, right? But Oxfords are characterized by the shoelace eyelet tabs being attached under the vamp, right? And this is called a closed lacings. They're also known as, if you really want, sometimes I love to drill down. If you really want to drill down to it, they were originally called Balmorals, and that name came from the Balmoral Castle in Scotland.
Break it down.
Right.
I'm just in love with being
around cats that understand it.
Man,
Yeah,
they really get it.
Yeah, not just a jump shot. Even though I know
like
my
B-Mon
jumpers.
say faking it to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so, historically, they were plain and formal. But it evolved to be made from a bevy of different textiles. You got Oxfords that are made out of cotton. You got Oxfords that are made out of suede. You got Oxfords that are made out of all different textiles, right? And so I love the way that fashion. I love the trend of fashion. I love and hate the trend of fashion, right? It just kind of depends on what's going on. But understanding how shoes can change from textile to textile, from fabric to fabric, from leather to type of leather to different type of leather is really fun because it allows guys like us who really subscribe to this space to do something different, You want to talk about brogues, and I think we have a pick for brogues. That's a casual shoe, right? With holes and perforations as the designs, right? So brogues can come in like three broad descriptions. You have the quarter brogue, right? Mm-hmm. The quarter brogue is an Oxford with preparation just on the cap toe.
Yes.
Just on the toe cap rather. Then you have a half brogue, right? A semi brogue rather. It's perforated on the cap toe, a little more detail, but there's no wing. It's not a wingtip. Mm-hmm. And then you have the full brogue, which is kind of, them old players used to wear that full brogue with the black and white joint, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And it has a wingtip. Shut, daddy. It has a wingtip on it. And then lastly, you have derbies, right? Derbies are a little bit more casual than Oxfords. I'm personally not a fan of derbies.
I co-sign.
I'm personally not a fan of derbies. Derbies are a little, to me, they're from an older time and older generation. I'm just not there, right? But the shoelace eyelet tabs are attached to the top of the van. I don't like that. You know, I don't like the fact that they're attached to the top of it. I like them attached under it because it keeps a sleekness of it, especially with a guy who you know, we here at G's for Gents, we advocate. We don't advocate skinnies because everybody can't get away with skinnies, but we advocate a slim cut, a pant, or something that tapers a little bit at the ankle if your body type allows that. And when you and so that sleekness is what I'm looking for. And when you have, you know, the eyelets on top of the vamp like that, it bulks it up, in my opinion.
So let me ask you this:
Sure.
Can derbies be brogued as well? Then
Can derbies be brogues? Yes, absolutely. Because broguing, in terms of from a cobbler's or shoemaker's definition, broguing is just the details.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
asking, can derbies be brogued? In
Yeah.
other words, the detailing on the derbies.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they can. I ain't finna wear them though. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Kaylin, you got some on right now.
No, I have on slippers. and so Dorian, I think these distinctions are good to be made because one goes from formal to more formal to even more formal, right? We look at derbies. Derbies are kind of the more casual shoe. Then you get to Oxfords with no brogue, just plain Oxfords.
Yeah, that's for those. I mean, stereotypically in dress conversation, that Oxford no brogue, just lace up. That's shout out to everybody at Wells Fargo, Chase Bank,
Oh, that's good.
That was great.
That was good.
Smart Financial Credit Union,
That was good.
Those Wall Street guys.
any of the buildings downtown.
That was great.
You know, and you know, I have a couple of clients or people that want me to
Man, that was great.
consult them because I do that too.
Oh,
But
man.
when you're in a conservative space, it's unfortunate, italicized, but you kind of gotta go. You kind of have to go with the move
Yeah,
of the
you
ocean.
gotta-
So
yeah,
you gotta
walk
do
that
the
line.
generic.
Yeah,
Everybody on Capitol Hill.
But exactly. But the thing
You know,
about it
so-
is,
When in Rome.
when you know, you're right. But
The
when you know
epitome
the
of,
rules,
yes.
when you know the rules, you know how to intelligently break them too.
But I think you
Even
can
in the
only break
space.
them.
Even in
Yeah,
that
even-
space.
yeah, okay,
So
okay,
it may
okay.
it may not be the shoes, but you may be able to add a lapel pin. You see what I'm saying? Or you may, most of those guys aren't pocket square wearers. So the pocket square
Which
is
is-
a, I know.
Which is of a colleague of mine who used to work with me at Ralph. He works with Merrill Lynch now. He threw a picture up on IG. I'm like, fill in the blank. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm like, where the hell is your pocket square? He was like, Dorian, I gotta go with how they move over here. I'm like, bro, you killing the whole thing. DB 6-on-2, sexy. I think he had a cutaway on. Like he was
wow.
on.
Oh, wow.
Fred did it,
Right.
and he was just naked.
right. And
And
so
I was
so
like,
what he has to
man.
realize is it doesn't have to be the plume. Just learn how to do a straight fold.
No, I told him to do the
Yeah.
JFK. He
Do a
knows
straight
that.
fold. If you do the straight fold, it's gonna listen.
I thought the Three King is more
Yeah.
so, and
Yeah.
then that's old conservative.
It's old
I mean, if you
conservative,
want to
yeah,
look
yeah.
at the psyche of the Three King,
You do,
which is
you do.
Three King is nothing more than when you see a pocket square like
prongs.
literally
Yeah.
3 peaks, whatever, like
Yeah,
Shark Tale.
That's really
That's old.
out the
school.
pack.
That's
That's
old.
K&G special.
That's what I call. well, because that's on cheap silk or a cheap cotton, and it looks like it could stab you in the eye because it's so sharp. And then it's not
With
filling the
with,
whole
like you
the
said,
whole
with the
square
matching-
space.
with the matching
Bruh.
tie. I can't stand matching tie sets.
Oh my God.
I can't stand matching tie and pocket square sets.
That's crazy.
Oh.
So we got to wrap up here real soon, but I want to get some more insight from you, Dorian. I think our listeners and viewers will really be able to benefit from these things.
I would love it.
Okay, and let's talk about jacket details. Right, the details on the jacket, and more specifically, we have, and Brandon said it earlier, we have a mantra that we talk about. Is what, B?
Focus on fit.
FOF, focus on fit. Focus on fit, right? Obviously, textiles are important. Obviously, the thread count and the fabric is important. But if you are not at the point where you can get one of those high-end fabric, if you can get a canali or if you can get a Huddersfield or something like that, and you have to go to Target because that's where your bank account is, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's still a way to make that thing and to maximize that joint, and that's the focus on fit, right? And so when we look at the jacket details, talk about when to wear what the 3 peaks are. What the 3 lapels are.
I had you though. I had you though either way. I had you either way.
In that coat, I love Suit Supply.
Suit Supply.
The design.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I got you.
The quality is mid-level, but the design.
And you know what's crazy that when I really started researching, because when I first came up on them, I found them just kind of, and that's really how I learn. Actually, I just get lost in different blogs, and that's how I fell in love with the ones I'm in love with now. But I was like, what is this? Because it looks phenomenal. It looks perception. It looks amazing. Speaking of Suit Supply, and then I delved in and found out, okay, the company is Suit Supply. I think this is even pre Suit Supply coming into the Houston market. I was like, okay, cool concept, and most of retrospect now, but they use the I'm gonna just say the acronym, the VBC cloth a lot on all their stuff.
They do.
I was like,
well, it's because they're vertically integrated and they own the factories that mill it.
Right. So I mean, from a business standpoint, logistically, but I think beyond the perception or how something is tailored, I'm learning that the cloth does matter. The fabric does matter. But when you can't, like everybody can't get the Ralph Lauren Purple Label or the Tom Ford Xenia fabric because all of Tom Ford's suiting is Xenia fabric.
Right.
And nothing's wrong with it. It's beautiful fabrics, but that's how from the retail mecca of the world, that's how it's based. Everybody's sharing everybody's fabrics.
Absolutely.
And nothing's wrong with that because it's only so many navies and pinstripes and
rainbows
and tweeds. And, like nobody's planning new fabrics and they're coming out.
Right.
But anyway, back to your question. Peak notch shawl. Again, I think Caitlin said it or B-Mon said it, but when you know the rules, you can break them. And that's kind of something I live by. More so, you can break them over and beyond because you know what you're doing. But in a generic space, I would say, and again, I think it's so many different avenues you can go because, I mean, if we're speaking on a conservative space and we have potential clients, if we're all consulting somebody that works for Wells Fargo or they're a teacher or they work for a firm, they're a paralegal. Well, not even referencing the show Suits,
right?
But
that's not real life.
That's not real, right?
Harvey,
Harvey's the G.
Now,
even though I think
Wall Street they could fly.
Which one? Shia LaBeouf's Walk?
No.
Oh, you talking about real Wall? Oh, you talking about real? Okay, I was gonna say
far and few in between. It's not the prototypical, everyday.
Yeah, I think the masses, something like that. If we're talking speaking on a paralegal or a law firm. Not unfortunately, but you got to go with the standardized notch. Now, that kind of
and peak is the mid-level in terms of dressier, right? For suits, it's the dressiest you can get, and I'm in love with the 4.5 inch peak at the top.
Yeah, don't play with it. And that's the thing that's when, especially if you can't get something custom done, that's when I think it makes a man that's kind of intrigued and really wants to dive into style. It makes you start researching brands that don't have that ridiculous price point, which I mean, ridiculous is all relative, but
that is true. That is very true.
You know, hopefully y'all invite me back. I think I'm falling off a cliff.
No, you're good.
But I mean, that thinner Rat Pack era 1960s. Really? No, I'm lying.
I like the way you said that.
1952 to like 1960. I would say 5. That skinny. Well, we just say because I'm sure everybody could probably say they know of the Rat Pack or what that is. Right. That skinny lapel, James Dean, Humphrey Bogart, Sammy, R.I.P. All of them R.I.P. You know what I mean? But that skinny forehand knot, skinny tie, like I don't like that.
Right.
And a lot of typically your off the rack suits are gonna have that 3. I think it's 3 1/4, 3 1/75 with lapel, and it's like you kind of want You want something a little wider. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, that's in moderation, depending on body type and
Right.
your stature, your height. But sorry, back to the question. I just broke a soapbox.
No. But I think you were explaining it very well. First of all, the whole Rat Pack analogy. But I like what you just said. It depends on your body type too.
It has
You know what
to.
I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm tall and slim, and so I've been able to get away with those type of lapels with the skinny tie.
Karma. That's
You
what
know
I
I'm
was
saying?
trying to get. Yes.
And I feel like
your frame.
I feel like as it relates to focus on fit and knowing who you are, it'll help you as far as your sense of style, but also what you can get away with. It'll help you with determining what type of lapel, what type of suit, what type of shoe, what type of, you know what I'm saying? It has a lot to do with who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because all things aren't going to work for all people when it comes to fashion.
Not.
And then one thing that we talked about this, you know, when we first started recording, Dorian, one thing that people don't really realize is the tie has to be in direct proportion to the lapel.
Oh, we need to do a show just with ties.
The show
one
can
day.
end right now
Yeah.
on Senior Guapo 713's note.
So because it is serious, if you're going to wear a skinny lapel jacket, a slim fit modern cut skinny lapel,
Why
are you wearing
doing that Pinterest
Yes.
30 weaved in, weaved out knot?
Yeah.
Guys, that's
my God.
listen, guys, where's my camera?
Straight on, brother.
I'm feeling real like I'm on Ellen
go ahead.
DeGeneres right now. You know what I mean?
Break it down.
Listen. Don't do that.
Right. Just that
Just,
simple.
just
that
my,
simple.
like vintage. I'm an '80s baby, so only you can prevent forest
Forest
fires.
fires.
Yeah,
Like it's that's not even. In my ideology, that's not even fashion. That looks like
You're
I don't
just trying
even-
too hard. You got a knot on your neck.
not
I mean,
in a
fist.
knot. Like it's
What's
on
that
your
football
neck.
player on ESPN that has that big old knot every single time, and it's the
white
huge
guy.
shoulder pads?
Uh-huh.
Oh, what is
Merrill.
his name? Yeah,
Merrill Hodge.
Merrill Hodge,
Merrill Hodge,
man.
yeah,
It
he-
never
every-
fails. Every time he's
and
on the
listen,
show.
and listen, I think I'm about to fill in the blank to what Senior Guapo is about to say. But for me, the only knot I do, and I advise clients or just cats along the way when they asking me about clothing, foreign hand knot. That's the free space on the checkerboard. That's the really only one you need. I don't advise the double Windsor or a Windsor because it needs to be in proportion to whatever collar, i.e.
Yeah, you
semi
have to know what you're
point
doing.
collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have
You have to know what you're doing if you're going to do a Windsor. Yeah, forehand. And then forehand allows you to be a little bit more creative because nobody's forehand knot looks the same depending upon the gauge of. We need to do a
That goes-
knot.
I said,
that's
no, you just need
contingent
to
on
do a
the
show on
fabric.
time.
How
Yeah,
that knot-
exactly. Yeah, how it falls. It depends on if you're left-handed or
At the end,
right-handed.
but what he
I
said
mean,
too about your collar too.
Yeah, your collar.
That's
you know.
that's really I would say 80% of what is contingent on the collar.
Let me get two more before because we got to wrap up. Let me get two more from you. Let's talk about the proper sleeve length.
Woo! You see that every day, all day.
I actually just
What's
did
too long and what's too short?
I actually
No,
just-
wait. Are you talking about jackets? Are you talking
No,
about
the
shirts?
sleeves.
Or what's
Are you
supposed
talking
to
about
be.
in general? That's what I'm saying.
On
Like,
jackets.
Because
Jackets.
I've seen people wear a nice shirt and it's just
We'll do both.
The jacket in proportion to
We'll do
sleeve
both.
length?
Let's do the sleeve, the proper sleeve length for the jacket, and then the shirt, and then the proper sleeve length for the jacket.
Okay, your shirt sleeve should be. Oh my God, this is a denim shop. Well, they not paying me, but this is a Levi's denim jacket. Your sleeve should be. Hold on, that's my mic. Your shirt should stop like right after your wrist, like literally right after your wrist. In proportion to your sport coat and or suit jacket, you should show. I just did a blog post on this. I literally did. It should either be a 1/4 of an inch shown. This is proportion from suit jacket or sport coat to sleeve of shirt. 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch, or a full inch. Now, everybody can't do PSA. Everybody shouldn't do a full inch. Like this is, I would say, that's more for cats that they kind of been in style. They've evolved into who they are. They know the rules. They know when they should do that, or if they're in a space to even try it. But I mean, the generic, I would say, at least show it has to be at least a quarter.
Let me ask this question as it relates to that, because people are going to be asking. They will say, "Well, some of my shirts they have cufflinks. Some of them don't. So, what is the rules when it comes to cufflinks versus just regular button-up shirts that don't have cufflinks?"
If you're wearing a French, I mean, you know what? It really
because people are like, do I show my cufflinks? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not trying to show the cufflink isn't to be.
But that's what people think. I just want you to help us out.
Yeah, no, you with it. The cufflink isn't to be shown. It's to support your shirt cuff to be clamped. It's not. I have on cufflinks. Bling. You see it? House of Cards.
Right.
F.U. for Frank Underwood. Like,
right.
And hell, even that reference, you don't see him. It's the same rule. It's the same template. You know what I mean? Like when you clamp it and you're at your tailor, which you need a tailor. Your tailor is like your lawyer, your tax man or woman. Like you need to have one and go to them specifically.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have one on each side of town.
I do too.
Depending upon, I have one. I'm 20 minutes from. I'm 20 minutes from all of them. At any given time.
Yeah.
You know
see,
what I'm
that's kind of
like I might need to. I might, and I'm at the point where I can get something same day.
Absolutely.
You have to be.
You should, if you're gonna have an arsenal, you should have, whether it's one, then that should be the same day, or if you have two or three, like one of however many you have should be where you can go
same day
at 9 o'clock. I need it by 2.
Yeah, and no problem for you, Mr. Laws. So, lastly, and we're gonna come back and really dig into this thing. We definitely gonna have you back.
Yeah, I feel like jackets and ties together. That'll be a good.
I agree. I agree. Let's talk about the buttoning rules of suits.
Ooh,
love it. First of all, I don't think
we kind of touched on it a little.
Yeah,
bit
we have, but I want somebody else to say it, right? I don't think you should ever go past 3. I really don't think you should go past 2 buttons. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. Not now.
I'm
not in this.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
You can get to 3. You can get to 3, and it can work. It really can, depending upon the jacket, depending upon it really can work. It's not my personal preference. I think you should keep it at 1 or 2. But talk about buttoning rules. Like, when do you button your jacket? What buttons do you button, etc.?
Never ever have more than 3 buttons on a jacket. That I think back in before Christ BC, the Lord forgot to give Moses that one. Like,
the forgotten 11th commandment.
Listen, bro. I don't all that other stuff, dogma, I don't know about, but I'm almost sure the Lord.
That was great.
By the way,
that was great.
I think that's listen. No more than 3 buttons on a sport coat or a jacket. Now, if we talking about outerwear, then
that's different. Yeah, exactly.
Curveball.
Yeah.
But on a regular sport coat or suit jacket or formal wear piece, matter of fact, formal wear is really, I would say 1, which it is.
The cutaway.
But buttoning, if you have 3, always the middle. If you have just 1, then it's only button. The 1 is
Thank
button.
you for clarifying that.
Right.
When you sit down, you never, ever, ever, a.k.a. Shannon Sharp, please holla at me. And you half-ass be all right.
But you can't tell.
But I'm tired of you wearing the lapel pin because you never should have 4 accessories. Anyway, listen, always unbutton your suit jacket or sport coat when you're sitting down.
And
period. It's not supposed to be.
And when it's the 2-button jacket, you never button the bottom one, ever.
Or
my God,
double-breasted.
And a double-breasted.
How many double-breasted have you seen with both of them buttoned?
Yeah, you leave the bottom
more
right,
than a dozen
unbuttoned.
Times exponentially.
We got to run, guys. Look at the clock, B. We went way over. This is a lot of fun.
We didn't even get to gentlemanly games.
It's all good.
Golf. We didn't get to it.
It's all good. We're gonna come back with it, man. When Dorian come back, listen. Dorian, we appreciate you coming, brother.
Man, thank you so much, man. It was an honor.
Thank you,
honestly and truly. Thank you
make sure you go
literally.
to Black Prestige. Give that brother a follow. What's your blog, real quick?
Office Discussions. It's in my bio on my Instagram.
Office Discussions. Listen,
You know what time it is,
You know
ladies
what time
and
it
gentlemen.
is, ladies and gentlemen. You can keep it gangster,
Or you can keep it gentlemanly.
but always keep it G.
My man.
Salute.
Salute.